So I want to dispel a myth that I've been seeing around and I've been seeing for quite some time now, for a number of years. And that's the law of attraction and how it works and what it is and why you should even care. So you're going to hear this term thrown around, law of attraction, and different definitions of that specific phrase. Now, the general premise of the law of attraction is you attract what you are, what you think effectively. Right now, I think the original description of the law of attraction is thinking positive thoughts. So positive thinking, positive visualization. So the more you have this energy in your mind that you're internalizing, the more you're going to send out that energy into the world and you're going to start to attract experiences that reflect that internal state. I think that's a pretty good summary. Now, the problem with that is the following: it fails to take into account what has to occur before that happens. So what has to occur before that happens is you need to act in accordance with certain principles before you start to develop an internal state change, if you will, because you can try to start thinking positively if you want. And a lot of people might have like this false attribution error where they start thinking positively, something good happens, and they're like, oh, it's because I thought positively that this good thing happened. Now, if you look at any successful person, like if you value, let's say, for example, financial success, look at all the top billionaires, look at all the people in history. If you notice the common thread of all of these individuals, what is it? It's hard work, it's discipline, it's being able to speak to people, it's having habits that you execute on a daily basis, not only personal habits, but also work habits as well. You're putting all of these things together, and those actions will start to generate different thoughts, but it's really the actions that move you forward. Because again, it's all about moving forward. It's forward momentum. It's movement in life. You can only move forward if you do things, right? That's why the law of attraction, don't take it so seriously and so religiously. Don't focus all of your attention on it, because the problem with that is you're going to start to feel frustrated with yourself when you notice that you're not doing it properly, because you're reading all of these books and you're going to all these seminars and you're doing all this meditation, you're taking all these courses, you're changing the way that you're thinking, but really you're just kind of forcing a specific type of thinking and ignoring other areas like doubts and fears. Remember, the doubts and fears and the darkness, you have to lean into that. You can't move away from that, because that is what's going to reveal new information to you. It's going to actually show you the way. Fear is good. Like, I have the fear of God. That's to me. Now, again, I don't want to go down the spiritual or religious rabbit hole, but that is in itself a driving factor. And if you see a lot of the successful people, especially on the internet nowadays, they'll talk about the fact that they feel insecurity all the time, they feel doubt all the time, and it's not just people on the internet, but athletes as well, professionals, that they have this sense of like not feeling good enough. You don't have to eradicate that to create the life that you want. What really you should do is don't put the cart before the horse, because the thoughts are going to come typically as a result of you doing things to support those thoughts. So again, you got to do them either in tandem or really focus on the actions first. Know that, okay, you can understand something logically as far as, okay, XYZ is good for me, so I need to do these things. It's not really about projecting energy and having these visualizations, because if you do not do things consistently, right? Do things consistently, then it's really not going to be possible to create the type of life you want. And you're going to feel frustrated and you're going to start to blame yourself, or blame other people, or blame the law of attraction or whatever. So the law of attraction is not really, you can redefine it if you want to, but the way it's defined nowadays is actually not helping you. So when you see stuff about like attract the right person, no, okay, it's not about you thinking. I talked about this in a video like many videos ago. Well, I've been recording like one a day. Every single day I record one of these videos. If you remember, when I talked about the relationship criteria, as far as like how to filter relationships and what I'm looking for specifically, and I went through like my entire note here, all of the different points. Now, again, not putting the cart before the horse. It's not what I want. It's who I have to become to get what I want, right? So it's like, if this person I'm describing, this life that you're describing, what does it require of you? what does it require of you in the world as far as actual tangible actions that you need to produce, the character that you have to create. Okay. So just keep that in mind. I hope that was helpful. Again, not to, rag on anybody or anything, but just I wanted to like have this be like a little bit of a wake up call. And then if you're confused about like what to do, we'll just watch all my previous videos, especially the ones around like doing things, habits, discipline. You can see a bunch of them on my channel. So I hope that was really helpful, and hope that dispelled like a lot of the common myths. I want to keep it short, sweet, to the point, impactful. If you have any feedback for me, any comments that you want to make, any suggestions, you want me to cover something, you were confused, you want me to clarify, whatever the case is, drop a comment. Of course, I read them all because my channel is not big now. So I read them all. I respond to them all. And if you want me to cover something, I'm more than willing to do that. And if you want to, DM me, go ahead and do that. And more than willing to talk to you as well. So have a great weekend. I hope this was a great video to kick off your weekend. And I'll see you next time.